Brickey here, hanging out at the Starbucks, doing another one of my famous I'm live until I run out of coffee, or until YouTube kicks me off because of the demonetization, because the only good seat, the only polite seat, happens to have the speaker over the top of it. But filming at the park all day today, and knew that once I got home, there was no way I'd be able to do my live stream at my regular time and not be completely exhausted. So thought, you know what? I'll do another one from the park until I run out of coffee. Shoshana, how you doing, bud? Good to see you there. What's up, Jack? Good to see you, bud. By the way, they made my coffee really, really milky white. But what are you gonna do? Good to be back. Wrapping up my, soon to be wrapping up my first week back after my little break. Was filming in the park today, and let me tell you, once that sun came out, it's hot in there, and it's crazy. They're still filming the Oswald. What's going on, bud? How you doing? Oh yeah, when you see what color your coffee is, you're just like, it doesn't even taste like coffee. But they're so busy here, it's like, I'm not gonna ask them to do it again. Yeah, the Thursday live streams, SIGs, they might just end up happening whatever time they happen. We saw you at Disney, took a picture. Nice. Nice to meet you. Thank you for saying hi, I appreciate it. What's going on, Visions? So yeah, pretty much knew that after filming all day that once I got home, there'd be no energy to stream. So I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do it while I'm still in the zone. Oh, thank you so much. Friend from Fort Lauderdale. Appreciate it, Sean. Glad you found the channel. Yeah. What's up, F words? What's your go-to Starbucks order? My go-to Starbucks order is I always get a Trenta cold brew with extra ice and a light splash of cream. It's amazing how often that's not the case. Can I see the inside of your hat? Yeah, but my hair's a mess. So the other hats have some fun writing in them, but this one's just solid white because of the mesh. I didn't want to do any fancy things on the ribbon because I was afraid that you'd be able to maybe see it on the other side of the mesh. And then it just has the little Hey Brickey tag in there. And it's white on the bottom so that your face doesn't darken up. You think we could ever get Geyser Mountain? Like Geyser Mountain could come back? I doubt it. I doubt it. Be awesome if it did, though. Yes, so if you go to the park on Saturday, I can't speak for David. I mostly see David at the park on Fridays, but Saturdays is a hard day to get content done because the park moves a little bit differently, and then also then it kind of just messes up the editing. So it's pretty rare for me to be in the park on a Saturday. You like the logo on the hat? I appreciate it. I also have just the patches too over at the shop. Oh, Olga's boyfriend. Thank you for your bi-channel service. Thank you, Olga's boyfriend. I appreciate it. What's the significance of the logo on the hat? It's a light bulb that's half red and half white, and it's the most magical light bulb that you'll find on Main Street. Yeah, I'm going to film OBB. I am so excited for Oogie Boogie Bash on Saturday night or Sunday night. I'm very excited. Like after going in the park today and seeing the decorations, I can't wait for Oogie Boogie Bash. Super excited. Yeah. What's up? Who's that? Anthony knows what's up. I might make a hat with a dark underside at some point, but right now I like the white ones. And if you don't, I get it. Not for everybody. But right now, since I happen to also be the model, it's important to make hats that work for me. Yeah, the first Oogie Boogie Bash is very, very early this year. Like, it's kind of weird that the first day of Disneyland is next Friday, or the first day of Halloween, I should say, is next Friday, but Oogie Boogie Bash is almost a week before that. It's kind of weird. I am not at Disney Springs. I am at Downtown Disney. I wish I was at Disney Springs. That sounds fun. Can't go grab a Gideon's. I'm not at Disney Springs. Simply Brandy says, do you think Halloween season starts a little too soon? I thought about actually making a video about this because it seems to rub some people, a decent amount of people, wrong how early it starts. But this is where my mind is at. Life sucks. Life is bleak. Life is crappy. And there's these special moments where we do these annual traditions where we decorate, we eat special foods, we watch special movies. So I'm under the mindset of let's make the good times as long as possible. So for me personally, if they're starting Halloween in August, I'm going to start Halloween in August because 2 months or 2.5 months is better than 2 weeks. And when I was a kid, all you would do is be excited about Halloween and you feel like it would come and go. So I'm just going to embrace my corporate overlords and go with the flow on how long it is. Space Shot, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Let's see here. Saw you up ahead at Rope Drop. This is our one day to visit on this trip. Grew up in Anaheim, former annual pass holder. Thank you for keeping me in touch with the happy place. Oh man, you saw me at Rope Drop. I wish you would have said hi. Hope you guys are having a great trip, Spaceport. So, back to the holiday debate. I have decided for like the last couple of years that at midnight on Halloween is when Christmas begins. And Thanksgiving, to me, is now halftime. So I celebrate from November 1st to Thanksgiving, I'll call it Christmas light. And then from Thanksgiving to January 1st, I call that Christmas hard. So Christmas light, you start decorating the house, you watch a little bit of movies, you eat a little bit of treats, but after Halloween, you go into Christmas heavy. And then you go hard as you can. Skip Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving, I don't know. It has its place, but it's not. It has its place. I'll just leave it at that. I'm not going to talk trash on Thanksgiving. That's not my goal here. Let's see here. My bud Will from Arizona says, what do you think the scare factor limit at OBB should be? I say this because of how Disney's embracing the Alien franchise. I get what you're saying. Oogie Boogie Bash should definitely be family friendly, and it shouldn't be too scary. That's just not the Disney style. So, yeah, I think they do a good job of making it Halloween and making it fun for the family. And one of the things I love about Oogie Boogie Bash, even though it skews to a much older crowd, you do see families there trick-or-treating, And I just have to think, like, as a kid, trick-or-treating inside of a Disney park must feel like being inside of a Halloween movie with the light package, the music, you know, all the decorations and stuff. Like, it looks so magical. Oh, I always wear my magic band. It makes it easy to get in and out of the park. And I just have the plain black one. Go figure. Chris says, Brickey, I just noted your magic band. Any new uses, triggered effects this Halloween? Any ideas what they could do with it? I mean, I have plenty of ideas of what they could do with it. Like why there's not a magic band entrance to Disneyland and DCA is beside me. Basically, when you have a magic band, you do the person behind you the biggest favor in the world because you just zip right through after waiting for people that don't know how to get into the park or have paper tickets or all that stuff. Like, sometimes I wonder, like, am I doing this for me or for the person behind me? But overall, the magic band at Disneyland, I'm going to say, is a bust. There's not that many magic moments. There's so much creativity that they could do with it, but I don't know. They don't. I really sometimes question why they even brought them to this resort because they're not fully taking advantage of it, which, I mean, Magic Band, if properly like optimized, could be such an amazing fun thing, and they're not doing it. Did I accidentally write Disney Springs? Oga's boyfriend, please refund prior super chat. I assumed you were in Disney Springs and it was for deviled eggs. Fake news. Did I say Disney Springs? I mean, did I say that? Is that where I said? I could have swore I said Downtown Disney. But I am mentally dyslexic, so who knows? Do you think you would ever branch over to Knott's given the relationship between the two Walts? I've never been to Knott's. I will go one day, but I'm not in a hurry to go there. I'm micro-dosing theme parks. I'm not at Disney Springs. Did I accidentally write that I'm at Disney Springs? Because I'm not at Disney Springs. I don't know why that's a thing. Shoshana, because I can trust you. Did I accidentally write Disney Springs? Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm microdosing my theme parks. I just started doing a little bit of Universal, but I'm only doing Universal Hollywood, and I'm not doing Horror Nights. Okay, cool. I did say I was at the right place, because, like, sometimes my brain gets going so fast that I say things very backwards. All right, cool. Then the downtown, the Disney Springs is just fake news. All right, let's see here. Dolly World looks pretty cool. Dolly World looks cool. I went to Wine Bar George the last time I was there. Last time I was in Disney Springs, I ate dinner at Wine Bar George for the first time. It was pretty good. The chimichurri steak was amazing. See, I don't know if Horror Nights is a waste or not. I just know that I'm not a horror person. I don't watch horror movies. I don't enjoy the genre. It's just not my thing. So I'm not going someplace. And I just don't like the idea of somebody jumping out and trying to scare me. It's just not for me. Let's see, CKB says for your Java fix. Appreciate it. Coming back to the parks next weekend. Just ordered the blue cap, going to the Dodgers game for Ohtani bobblehead night. Oh, that's awesome. You're going to look so good and confuse so many people with your DLLA hat. Love it. Thank you so much for the super. I hope you have fun at the Dodgers, and I appreciate you grabbing the hat. Having fun designing them. Let's see here. Ad Rager says, I enjoy your content. I enjoy the deep dives. Thank you. I love going deep and the twists on the content versus popcorn buckets in the newest cupcake. I love how with my community, like, popcorn bucket has just become code for like a whole thing. Thank you, Yanker Smith, for subscribing. Appreciate that. Whew. You ever been out in the sun and you're no longer in the sun and you can just still feel that heat radiating off your skin? That's the type of day it's been at the park today. You guys know the coffee live streams. The stream goes as long as the coffee goes. So I'd say we're probably about 30% done here. All right, let's see what else we have. Who else got a question? Let me see. Question. Lando Connor says, if you like Universal, you'll love Knott's. I'm sure I will love Knott's, but let me let you in on a little secret about me. Guys, I'm obsessive. I'm a crazy person. And if I go to too many places, I'll get too obsessed. So, Disneyland 1,000 times, doing Universal once a month. I'll get there. I don't need to do them all at once. And I'm excited because when I go to Universal this month, I was offered a private studio tour. So I get to ride around in a golf cart and see some of the magic, which is very, very nice. The people at Universal are very nice. John, Brickey's content is like straight edge Disney. Well, if you like straight edge Disney content, then you should check out the mini golf that me and Glass did the other night, because it's like straight edge mini golf. Do you think Tomorrowland will be divided like you say it should be? I honestly think that if you look at the size of Tomorrowland, it could easily, some of it could stay Tomorrowland, some of it could get absorbed by Fantasyland, and there's even enough room in there for a third land. Like, Tomorrowland could easily be 3 different sizable lands. It doesn't need to be all the most difficult theme in the world predicted in the future. So if I were in charge, and I'm not, me personally, if I was in charge, I would make everything over to the Submarine Lagoons, part of Fantasyland. I would make Main Street USA bigger, all the way up to where Star Tours and Buzz Lightyear is. And I would create like a rocky valley, and I would have Tomorrowland in the middle of that. That would be my plan. All right, who else we got here? Holly. Holly, were you looking over my shoulder when I was writing this weekend's video for Hey Brickey, or maybe next weekend's video for Hey Brickey? Holly, I think you're inside my head, bud. I think we're in the same spot. What other type of videos am I working on? Getting ready to do a collaboration with a local high school teacher who wants to use Disneyland as a design metaphor for students, so that they can see something like Disneyland and have that be an example of how design works. So that's one of the projects that I'm working on in the upcoming weeks that I'm excited about. So yeah, that's one of the ones I can talk about. See, the only thing, I don't know why we always talk about Tomorrowland, but I'm a sucker for it. Yeah, go figure, I'm obsessive. The problem with Tomorrowland is this. Tomorrowland has one of the most successful attractions ever. Space Mountain is its greatest win and is its greatest obstacle. Orange Grove 55, what's up, brother? Stuck at the job, just wanted to pop in and show some love, brother. Well, I appreciate it. Insert clip of hot Asian girl saying something that I don't understand. Thank you guys so much for reviewing the Star Wars restaurant video. I watched it, and it was cool to see you and George. You and George are the dream team. You guys are my favorite Disney podcast. Let's see, Patrick. Thank you so much, Patrick. Appreciate you, bud. It is so hard to heart these. Hey, Brickey. Hey, Brickey, holla me and my son, Brett, in San Diego. What's up, you and son, San Diego, Brett? Thank you for the super chat. I need to get back down to San Diego. I mean, I think since we're doing the Tomorrowland conversation, I think when they do it, they have to just bulldoze the whole thing, the entire thing. Like, take it all down to dirt and start over. Thanks, Felix. I appreciate it, bud. You guys want to see what Downtown Disney is doing right now? See everybody just hanging out, doing their thing. I got the polite spot against the wall. The spot is still on the studio wall. I did not find time to take off the spot. So, yeah, the spot is still there. You just had to bring it up. All right, let's see what else we got here. Nudge rocks. Hey friend, tell us how much you love our Lord and Savior Figment. And why do you need him at Disneyland? Well, I never went to Epcot when I was younger, so I only met the current version of Figment, who's a bit of a jerk. So I'm not a huge Figment guy, but you do know that Figment was originally made for Disneyland, right? Back in the day, Figment was going to be green, and he was going to be part of Discovery Bay, but those plans didn't work out. So on the fly, Tony Baxter pitched Figment to the folks over at Kodak and sold them on the yellow and red sweater would symbolize Kodak, and then they used purple because purple is opposite of yellow and red on the color wheel. So Figment's roots are in Disneyland, and that's good enough for me. But hey, if you go to the Church of Figment, Fig bless you. All right, here's a good one. CJ says, hey Brickey, SoCal resident, planning on taking my family to Walt Disney World for the first time in a few years. We're deciding between Grand Floridian or Beach Club. Feel like Grand Flo is more ideal location. Okay, Grand Floridian is super expensive, and it puts you in the Magic Kingdom zone hardcore. You have the monorail loop you can do, so you know you can go over to the Contemporary, or you can go over to the Poly. So that's your bubble. Beach Club though gives you the availability to easily get over to Boardwalk, to get to Hollywood Studios, or to get to Epcot. You're kind of in the middle of two different parks. So I guess I would say, one, how much money do I want to spend? That would be my first big decision. But my other decision would be like, do I want to be able to just zip into Epcot or Hollywood Studios and like that kind of that whole vibe in that part of the bubble? Or do I want to just go old school, rip the monorail loop, do lots of Magic Kingdom? I happen to be way more of an Epcot guy than a Magic Kingdom guy. So in that scenario, I'd probably do Beach Club, but man, if you got the flow for Grand Flow, good for you. So I happen to be a fan of them removing the Liberty Bell, and I'll tell you why. I was sad to see it go because it was the end of an era, and a lot of people really, really love it, and I could feel empathy for them. And I knew that I had to be out there on that day to capture that day because I live for those type of Disney moments, those Disney days. But the Liberty Bell is just not my boat. And that river and that island was in pretty rough shape. And so I really look at the removal of the Liberty Bell. You can look at it two ways. You could look at it as like the end of like, you know, your childhood or your version of the Magic Kingdom, and that's fine. You're totally within your scope to do that if that's how you feel. But you could also look at it this way. Rivers of America, Tom Sawyer Island, and the Liberty Bell getting removed is actually the beginning of Magic Kingdom finding its own identity separate of land. So if you look at it that way, it's kind of a fun and exciting new chapter. But as always, it all depends on how well it turns out. Because if it's horrible, then they made a huge mistake. If it's amazing, then they knew what they were doing. So big TBD for sure. But interesting topic. Thanks for asking. I mean, that's a great question, John. John says, when does nostalgia override progress? And that is a really difficult cross in the road, fork in the road, I should say, or intersection that the Disney parks are going to find themselves in. Because like Disneyland, for example, this is a 7-decade-old product. Magic Kingdom is a 5-decade-old product. Epcot is 4 decades. So when you think about it that way, it means so much to so many different people that it's like, how do you move one piece of it without upsetting somebody else? Like that gets into a very, very difficult thing to navigate. So, you know, anything that you remove from a park, like you can pull out PhilharMagic, and I would do it today, but there will be somebody somewhere who goes, PhilharMagic's my favorite thing. So anything that you touch, you're gonna break somebody's heart. That makes it hard. All right, we're doing a coffee live stream. The stream lasts as long as the coffee lasts. It looks like we're at the halfway mark. And then I have 2 more scenes I gotta film out in the parking lot. Got to film something in the Simba parking lot. I got to film something in the other parking lot, and then I'm done for the day. How fast do you think Avatar and Coco will come to DCA? I guarantee you this. Coco will be open for the Olympics. What if we buy you more coffee? Well, you'd have to come here and do it, because if I get up to go buy another coffee, I'm going to lose my seat. And I can't lose my seat because this is the only polite place that I can stream where there's nobody behind me. So if you come here and bring me a coffee, I will stay. But I'm not getting up, and I'm not leaving my camera out here. The whole like being by yourself at the park and having a really expensive camera and trying to figure out like how you navigate things like urinals or washing your hands or saving a seat. It's a complex Disney thing that only select of us will ever know. You think the Avengers new rides will open same time or months apart? I would say months apart. I don't think they're going to do both at once. I could kind of see them stretching it. And I mean, I personally would stretch it. I think if you put them up both at once, you're inviting people to judge them against each other. But if you do one at a time, you give each one the breathing room to find its own success and its own story. Any plans to have another big group trip or events with all your buds at VG? Those videos get me rolling. So, the gang, we have a Walt Disney World trip planned, but not anytime soon. I put the deposit down on it last night. And this Saturday, I'm filming a video that you guys will see next week where I rented a boat and me and the crew are going out on a boat, and there's a couple of little twists, a couple of little missions we're going to do on our boat. So yeah, the gang will be back, and if you like that overall vibe, make sure you check out the mini golf video that I put up yesterday with me and Glass taking product photos and playing mini golf. It's a pretty fun video. Spoiler, he will go longer for the right price of more coffee. The Disney Museum is 100% on my list of things to do. I have to be careful on how many out-of-town plans I make, just because we have some family stuff going on right now. But yeah, definitely want to go to the family museum, but I need to call ahead because you're not allowed to film there. And I just want to call ahead and talk to them, see if I could get permission to film just one piece of it. There's one piece of that museum that I would love to be able to document and have a moment with. So I'm gonna have to try to get permission to do that. And then if I'm gonna go see the Disney Family Museum, then I also want to go to Playland in Oakland, which predates Disneyland, and Disney even poached some of their staff. So got a long list of places I want to go. Thanks, Emerald City. Appreciate it. We're still in the thick of it. Texas Steve. I'm doing good, bud. How are you doing? And you're not late. You showed up. That's all that matters. Let's see here. Nudge Rocks. Did you know you can get a Six Flags season pass for all of their parks for around $100? That could be a journey to discuss how you feel about their design choices. I will go to a Six Flags park at some time. PHKNA says, just another thanks for your cool Christmas hat I just received. Oh, you got the Christmas hat? The Hallmark hat? Appreciate it, dude. I'm going back to Universal later in this month. I don't want to say when because I got an invite to do something special there, but I'll be going back later this month, and I think people are going to be pleased on what little surprises I have up my sleeve for my Universal content. So I'm very excited. I really loved going to Universal. It was very cool. I had a great time. So much cool creative problem solving. Like I'm pumped on it. It was really, really fun. No Hollywood Horror Nights for me. I'm not a horror guy. Don't watch the movies, don't care for the genre. It's just not my thing. I don't do horror. It's just not for me. But I did get a comment. I got a comment that made me really happy on my video that I did that went up Tuesday. Was the video about the Halloween windows at DCA, which I always love the Halloween windows. They're so good. But I got a comment that I loved. I got a comment from a woman who was telling, like Halloween is the curse of the devil and it's, it's satanic. And I love that there's still people that think that. Like, remember when rock and roll used to be scary? Those were the days, right? So I love that there's still people that think Halloween is like Satan seducing society. Like, I love stuff like that. It makes me happy. Oh, Anthony, just got the 55 and the black Def Leppard hat. It's not a fat head size, it's big brain size, baby. Oh, thank you, Stephen. I appreciate it, bud. Weird Soap Store is open, and they are super nice in there. I was here filming the other night, and they were getting ready to close, and I was like filming through the window. I'm like, do you mind if I just step in real quick and take a couple of shots? They're like, come on in. And they were literally mopping the floor. Like, no, come on in. We love people checking out the store. We love people sharing. They could tell I was making a video. They're like, we love people sharing what we're doing here. Come on in. And they were like so nice. And I'm like, I'm gonna leave now. I don't want to be rude, but they were very, very nice in that shop. And their product line is crazy looking. You just keep looking around, you're like, so everything in here is soap, even though it looks like a poodle or a donut or a coconut. Do you ever post what day you're planning on being in the parks? We are going to be there in April. Would love to meet up with you. I don't do that. I mean, there's some days when it's easy to know when I'm going to be in the park. Like I'll be at Oogie Boogie Sunday night, and I'll be at first day of Halloween next Friday. But I generally don't put up like a schedule or whatever. But if you see me, make sure you say hi, because I always love and stop and talking to people. Mary says, I loved your video about the windows, love the detail. Thank you very much. I love doing those videos. I do them pretty much for me because I know that the masses don't care at all. But I love, I tell you why I do the Halloween window videos, because I want the people that did that to know that somebody paid attention and somebody else cares. It is essentially done, so hopefully it gets back to one of those people, because they put so much work into it. They do such a good job, and 99% of the people head down are just trying to get to gardens. So that's for those videos. It's kind of the reason for doing this channel, is to have a free space to do whatever I want. And that was a really, really fun video to shoot Sunday night. That was a good time. New Pixie Hollow. Like it, love it, don't care. Your thoughts. Did they do anything new to it? I'm trying to think. I mean, I'm happy that it's open. I mean, I mean, my big thought is like, I hate that they pulled out that secret fountain show that used to exist in there. That thing was awesome. And I love sort of the random magical Disney moment. So that would be, my opinion would be that part sucks for sure. Why take that out? What could that have possibly cost? And it was such a cool, like, oh, whoa, there's something happening over here. Like, Disney needs to remember that the magic also needs to be very random and creep up on you. Do you like Oogie Boogie Bash or Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween? I like Oogie Boogie Bash way better than Mickey's Not So Scary. I did both of them last year, and I enjoy Oogie Boogie way more. I mean, Mickey's Not So Scary was fun because it's Magic Kingdom. It's not my home park, but I prefer Oogie Boogie. I like that DCA is a smaller park, and I like that the entire park is themed and has music and has the different like treat trails and has something very exclusive like Villains Grove. So between the two, I would say Oogie Boogie first place by a country mile. CK Berry. Or no, Chazzy. Brickey. I was teasing you the other night about it being Halloween so early, but the windows were really lovely, especially like the stained glass bunting on the old light strings. Nice work. Dude, the bunting was like so cool. Like a real subtle but rad detail. David, +1 on the details videos. It makes me want to slow down, pay attention to those. I really like to see the hidden detail type of things too. Awesome. Well, I'm finding my tribe then. Best vibe spot in DCA during Halloween. I mean, best vibe spot, DCA Halloween. I mean, obviously it's going to be somewhere in Radiator Springs. But where? If I had to tell you one place to sit, where would I tell you to sit? Man, that is so hard. I think, okay, I got two for you. If it's a regular night, the best vibe spot during Halloween is right in front of the curio shop. Those benches out front, sit in one of those, watch when the lights come on and they play a different song than they normally do. So that's going to be like around, like right now that'd be at like 7:30 tonight or whatever. That's cool. But like it's a low key spot, but I love walking on the Grizzly Peak Trail, the back trail, because they have the lights and it feels very Halloween-y back there. And I also love the hub with all the purple lights. But yeah, you're pretty good during Halloween to go anywhere inside of Radiator Springs. Dude, I love the Cozy Cones have their their Scream faces on right now, and I love it. It's so good. So good. Sitting on a stool. But I guess the best place is over by Luigi's Rollickin' Roadsters, because that's where you get to hear the hit song, Pumpkin, Pumpkin Halloween. Love that. Love that so much. Stream lasts as long as the coffee lasts. We're down to the last third. All right, let me see. Having fun. What questions you got for me? Oh, Gary. Woo. Live Brickey. Thanks, Gary. Appreciate you, bud. I think, Gary, if it's not this fall, it's going to be this spring. I'm going to reach out to you because I think I might be paying your place of business a trip because I've been watching some videos and I'm very excited. Will Disneyland get In-N-Out at the park? Like an In-N-Out burger at the park? No. even though the vice president of In-N-Out is a huge Disneyland fan. The zombie car, yes, with a tree growing through it is my favorite vibe spot in DC during the Halloween time. That is a great detail that so many people miss. You got a good eye. No Cotino. I do want to go back to the Palm Springs area. I'm going to wait for the heat to die down, but I definitely plan on going back at some point. But, I mean, let the record show, first live streamer ever at Cotino, when I literally did a live stream in just that sandbox. What is your favorite ride in Disneyland, in Disney California? I mean, the cop-out is Radiator Racers. It's one of the best Disney rides ever. That's a cop-out though. But if you won't let me have that, because that's just the top tier God level ride there, I really enjoy riding the Mickey Fun Wheel, because the Mickey Fun Wheel is the only vibe ride that park has. Oh shit! How do I get back to that? How do I get back to that super chat? Oh, there we go. Jay Harris, thanks. Yeah, looking for a good spot to sit and soak in on a regular night. We'll make sure I do those, dude. So on a regular night, if you're going to go to the park during Halloween, that day, look at your phone, figure out when the sun sets, and make sure that you get at the corner of Route 66 and Cross Street. Make sure you get there, say, 10 minutes before the sun is scheduled to drop. And you will not be let down once the sun goes down. There's a good little surprise there for you. Maybe you know what it is, maybe you don't, but I just would like for you to go there and experience it for yourself if you don't know. I do not do the Wheel of Death. No way. No way. If I ever became like a big deal and I could raise money for like, you know, a charity, then maybe I would do it once, but no. Oh man, Joe, from a design perspective, Halloween time or Christmas time at the parks, which do you think is better? Okay, so Halloween has a good design aesthetic because it's so rooted in mythology of like characters, right? But I'm gonna have to go with Christmas just because the park goes so much harder for Christmas. Like, there's Christmas in every single land, and you know, just like one of my favorite things to do is I like to go around the park one night and just go to every Christmas tree and just look at them. Maybe I'll make a video this year where I'll just show you every single Christmas tree I can find. But I love just looking at the different Christmas trees and all their ornaments. Like, I'm obsessive about my Christmas tree. Very, very, very specific Christmas tree that Beth and I have. We have a like champagne white Christmas tree, and then all of our ornaments are required to either be white, black, clear glass, or silver. There's no color on our tree at all, except for I have a little Mickey Mouse that I hang inside the tree, which is the hidden Mickey. I wish they would do a Galaxy's Edge villains takeover and just throw away the timeline stuff. Like, just flood Galaxy's Edge with all the Star Wars villains, or just ignore Star Wars and just throw like Maleficent in there. I'm curious on which way you see this going.
I use it every day, man.
Hey, you did a video of every pumpkin there was, so why not do one for every Christmas tree? Fair point, Anthony. Fair point. Oh. Jess Meg Jolly says, I'll be visiting Epcot for the very first time next month with my dad. It's the only Walt Disney World park I've never been to. Any tips having to enjoy the food and wine festival? Okay. So I'm going to just give you a heads up. Epcot is not for everyone. There's a scale of people that like go, meh. But most of the time there's people that just don't get it or people that obsess over it. And so my advice is don't think of Epcot as going to a theme park. Think of Epcot as going to Epcot. Like, just soak it in as its own thing and don't have high expectations, because it's just so different and unique that if you just consume it for what it is, it's amazing. I purposely went there knowing as little as possible, and my God, I cannot recommend that enough. And now it's my absolute favorite park out there. It's fantastic. Let's see here. Joe said, did Oogie Boogie last year and it was out of this world amazing. Going for Christmas season this year. Nice. Can't wait. Dude, you're going to love Christmas here. Oogie Boogie's great. Yeah, Epcot is Vibes meets World Science Fair. When people ask me about what I love about Epcot, my only answer is that it exists. I'll drink to that. That's a pretty good answer. Which country would you like to add to Epcot? What country needs to be added to Epcot? That's a great question. Wow. I know. They should do a Denmark, so they can have a little Tivoli Gardens there. That would be sick. Oh yeah, Australia. Dude, the people from Australia are so cool. Like, everybody I've ever met from Australia has just been best people. I love Australia. Like, they're funny people. They get it. They don't take things too seriously. Like, everybody I've met from Australia has always just been salt of the earth. I love all my Australian friends. Spain. There is a Spain. Sith Lord says, what's up, Ricky? Love the new hat. Thank you. Just waiting to get off work. Oh, well, let's speed that work day up, bud. Let's get it going. Oh, yeah. Egypt, Greece, Ireland. Greece would be sick. How's it going? Dude, Australians are built different, but think about it. They live so far away from the rest of the world. Like, they are just out there by themselves. It's crazy. You think Egypt should be included? What did Egypt ever do for anybody? It's a joke. Oops, your coffee just got refilled. Yeah, I appreciate that. First off, I appreciate the super chat, Dave. But the problem is like, I can't go in there and order a coffee because I'll lose my spot. and this is the only polite spot where I have this behind me. Like, I was literally waiting for a woman to leave. Her kid was playing Legos here, and I had my coffee, and I was sitting over there being like, I want that spot. If Infinity Defense is the Peter Pan ride, why are there no 3D glasses in the concept art? That's a good question. Maybe they're not going to do it 3D. I mean, just because they do 3D at Shanghai doesn't mean this one would need to be 3D. You could still do video boards, real world sets, and if you move the carts faster and put a little bit more motion in there, I don't know that it needs to be 3D. There are 200 people watching the stream. I'm sure somebody nearby can bring the coffee. No. I don't have that kind of pool. Yeah, my wife likes Disneyland, but I love Disneyland. One of my phrases to her, which sometimes she likes, but sometimes it annoys her, is when I really want to tell her how much I love her, I'll sign something, you know, blah, 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 and then I'll sign it at the end. I love you like Disneyland, Mark. And sometimes she likes that. Sometimes she's like, really? That's what I get? I'm like, that is the ultimate amount of affection I can show someone. Oh my God, Siegs is like, the ride's not been built. I already feel like it will be a one done for me like Ratatouille. Wow, harsh critic, harsh. JT, what's up, Jeremy? Good to see you, bud. It's been a weird summer without meeting you at Starbucks every week. Steve, I've visited Disneyland in every decade since the 60s. I love Disneyland too. Nice. That's cool. I'll drink to that. Right, Sith Lord? Being compared to Disneyland is, I mean, to me, it's the highest of compliments. I could literally sit here and watch people all day long. My spouse comes because I love Disney. Well, then it means your spouse loves you. If you could go back to visit Disneyland in any year, which year are you picking? Easy breezy cover girl. 1955, because there was so much stuff that nobody documented. Like, there are so many missing gaps to opening year Disneyland where like stuff existed, but nobody really took photos. People couldn't shoot, you know, home footage in dark spaces. So I feel like the opening year is the most mysterious year, and I have put hours into researching and trying to recreate some of the things that don't seem to exist, and it's hard. My next pick would be 67, just to see Tomorrowland open in its prime, just to see, like, you know, the people mover going around and the skyway still operational, and like when you look at that special where they show the new Tomorrowland, it just looks beautiful, like absolutely beautiful. By the way, did anybody else catch a lot of the Disneyland references in Fantastic Four? There were some pretty good Disneyland references in Fantastic Four. Toontown Beatdown. Mikey, what's up? Hey, Brickey, stoked on the success of the channel. It's well deserved and a long time coming. Apparently, it takes most people longer than others to recognize and appreciate something great. I appreciate that, Mikey. Thank you so much, bud. You've been rolling with me since the very beginning, and I appreciate that. Oh, friends, we're getting dangerously low. Hold on, who's going to Walt Disney World? OLT, doing a quick rip to Walt Disney World in 10 days. Have fun, brother. I love Walt Disney World. Yeah, there was like one of the a couple of the Disneyland references that I picked up on is that when Mr. Fantasmic is, or Fantastic, when he's doing his, when he's a professor and he's speaking to his students, on his desktop, there's a rocket, and that's the same rocket that Disney made for a model that they showed to TWA to get them to sign on. There's old photos of Walt and the president of TWA standing next to that little rocket, and they used that photo to promote the Disneyland episode Rocket to the Moon. Also, in their kitchen, they have some of the exact same like drop-down storage and appliances that were in the House of the Future that was on the edge of Tomorrowland. And then they also play the song from the 1967 Tomorrowland special when they would show Tomorrowland on the Move. And so they used that song in there too. So those were three kind of like cool, subtle, bring it all together moments. What's up, Brian? Mr. Brian? Are you going to do another game at Disneyland like you did with the garbage cans? Yeah, maybe. I mean, the only problem is that, oops, don't want to do that. The park has gotten so crowded and the games require live streaming, and live streaming has gotten so popular, and not everybody who live streams is polite about it. And I try to be a very, very polite person. And so I can just go through the park and just see people like glaring at live streamers. And I have people that glare at me every single day. And I'm just like, I get it. I understand. Like, they don't know who I am. They don't know how I create and that I don't film anybody but me. But I get it. There's a lot of people that just hate cameras. So the problem with doing those games is that it just requires me to kind of like emotionally ignore that boundary that I have. So that makes it a little bit difficult. But I have some good ones planned. I have some wild ones planned. Let's see, Sith Lord, excited to rip Epcot next weekend like you did on your Walt Disney World trip after closing. Dude! So here's the thing. Do yourself a favor. I'm going to give you a little pro tip. Did somebody super chat? Don't want to ignore them if they did. Oh yeah. Hold on to that Epcot thought. Nowhere Land. Yo, what's up, brother? Been a while since I've made it to a Brickey Live. Hope you're doing well, my man. Scooped up that hat yesterday. Appreciate it, bud. Appreciate it. Okay. Nowhere Land, phenomenal illustrator designer. One of my buds, goes way back. Okay. Here's my Epcot pro tip. Actually, yeah, this is my Epcot pro tip. If you're into vibes, if you're into rides, this is the worst advice ever. But if you're into vibes, this is the best advice ever. So, at Walt Disney World, they do this thing where they close the park to the public at a certain time, but then they leave the park open extra hours for people that are staying at their higher end hotels. But because Epcot is so big, it's not like they kick everybody out. They just put cast members at the edge of all the attractions. So the only way you can ride anything is if you're staying at one of the deluxe hotels. Like you'll go up, you gotta show them your hotel key, and they'll let you ride the ride. But if you're just there for vibes and you don't care about the rides, nobody's going to stop you from just walking around for hours and hours in a very, very empty Epcot. So a lot of those videos that you see that I do where it looks like nobody's there, there's people there, but I'm there on the hotel night and there's only like, you know, like a few hundred people there, maybe 1,000 people there, and they're all riding rides and I'm just walking around and capturing the vibes. So look at the calendar when you're there and try to go to parks the nights when they have the extended hours for hotel guests, because for you, that's your gateway to the vibes. That is one of the best pieces of advice I can give a vibe chaser. What's up, Action Joe? My second shout out from Texas today. Big love to Texas. D, you're in trouble. Hey Brickey, I saw you last month at the parks, but I was too shy to say hi. Don't be too shy to say hi. 1, you're never bothering me. I love 2, I love meeting new people. 3, love talking to my friends. 4, I make it very easy to talk because I have no social anxiety. So if you see me and you want to say hi, just know that if you go up, I'm going to be excited to see you. And if I'm busy, I'll straight up be like, what's going on? How you doing? You having fun? Cool. I got to go grab my breakfast. like I will 100% let you know if I got to go someplace, so you won't be imposing. But I'll also be like, what are you getting into? Let's go ride something. Because I've been known to do that too. My man from the train, Orion. Let me tell you about Orion on my 70th video. He's kind of a WB frog because he was like going nuts. I'm like, you want to be on the video? And I gave him the microphone and then he just chilled out. I'm like, come on, dude. Where is that feisty dude we were talking to just a minute ago? All right, friends, we're getting dangerously close to the end. Dangerously close. You're the man, Brickey. Thanks for the advice the other day. I don't know what advice I gave you, but I'm glad that you liked it. Oh yeah, Beth was shipping orders today. So if you're one of the first people to order these, they're going out today. Question. Have you considered doing a vlog on Disney ships? Would love your take on the ships. I wouldn't do a vlog on the ships. That's more of a Hey Brickey video for my main channel. And yes, there is, on my long list of videos, there's a really interesting take that I want to do about the Mark Twain. There's a video that I want to do about the Columbia. Actually, on the vlog, yes, I'll just put it this way. I have lots of ship ideas, lots of boat ideas. So, to be determined. But if it's anything that's like evergreen and requires a lot of writing and research, that'll always be over on the main channel, Hey Brickey. That's where I make my evergreen content. Over here is where we just go with the flow and we just try to have fun. Well, good for you. I sell just the patch. So if you just want to get the patch and put it on your bandana, you're good to go. Yes, that's actually what I'm doing right now. Is it Gabrielle? Gabrielle says, I'm not sure how this would work, but have you ever thought about doing seasons, which could include an amount of episodes before, let's say, a 2-week break? That's absolutely what I'm doing. I just did 100 days straight, which was my summer season. And right now I've just kicked off 100 days, which will be my fall season. And then I will take a break. And then when I come back, I will do my winter season. And so the goal is to do 100, take a break. And then the bigger the channel gets and the more I can afford to, the breaks will get a little bit bigger. So right now it's like 100 a week off. At some point it'll be 102 weeks off. At some point it'll be 103 weeks off. That's the ultimate goal that I'm trying to get to. I have not done a Disney cruise. In fact, I'm doing my first cruise ever in Europe this December, which obviously I'm taking you guys on with me. Who knows? Channel keeps growing. I got to spend the funds. Maybe I'll do a cruise out of San Diego just to wet my beak. Hold on. Is Beth here? Oh, Bethy Boo. Guys, let me tell you how intense Beth is. I got up at 5 o'clock this morning, did some work. 5:15 or 5:45, I'm in the shower because I'm out the door at 6:15 on my park days. But my wife Beth had her alarm set so she could get up at 5:55 a.m. So by 6 a.m. she could have her crock pot going, and she made steak chili. And I'm so excited to go home and have my steak chili. In fact, for my lunch, I had a poke bowl because I wanted to eat something the exact opposite of chili. So when I got home, the chili tasted even better. The only international park I've done is Paris, but I will be going to the Asia parks at some point. Beth is here. Beth, once I'm done with this, I got to shoot a scene in a parking lot. I got to shoot a scene in another parking lot, and then I'm heading home. And this is my life. So when I get home, I'm good. So we can jump right back in to Teen Mom Family Reunion. And I've been thinking about all day. I cannot believe how cringe Corey was on the first episode. You'll be in bed? I got to shoot 2 scenes. I'll be out of here in an hour. So the black and white ball cap Mr. Chick comes in an extra large size. But look, I have a pretty big head, and this is where I'm at. I'm on 2 snaps. So I'll show you maximum. So if you had the biggest brain possible, you could go this big. Look at that. Guys. I mean, I could fit a phone. That's pretty big brain. That's big brain. It's also got the Def Leppard logo on the back. No snap, my guy, Mega Brain. Mega Brain. Oh, I love that. Oh yeah, you know there's, oh, and check it out. The woven label, check this out. It takes you to the magic. Yeah. Okay, guys. Live stream lasts as long as the coffee. We are almost out of coffee, which means we're almost out of live stream. We got like 1 sip left. Man, when I design these hats, we're getting into every detail, baby. Every detail. I want to be home very bad. I've had enough of being out in the heat. I hate that I have to do these 2 last scenes, but they need to be filmed in the parking lots, and so I do them last. Okay, here's the deal. I had some camera problems today, so I don't know what tomorrow's video is going to be. It's going to probably be something that I shoot early in the morning at home in Long Beach, so it'll probably be a video that most of you don't watch because you only show up when it's Disneyland, but you gotta watch the other videos. You gotta go on the entire journey. If I'm live 100 days, you need to go on 100 days. Now you don't. We're close, guys. We're close to the end. We got a half a sip left. Nowhere Land. Took my son to Disneyland in October for the first time. The magic was top notch. Took your advice on some of the quiet spots for the vibes. Love that. Love that. All right, friends. We are out of coffee. We are out of live stream. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. I want to give you a heads up that next Thursday's live stream will be early. I don't know what time, but I'm going up to LA next Thursday because Disney Dan is doing a live recording of his podcast, his true crime Disney podcast, at a theater in LA, and he invited me to come out. So I feel like I have to go because everybody always accuses us of being the same person. So clearly, if you could see me and Disney Dan standing next to each other, then people will know that we're not the same person. Strix, thank you for the super. Just wanted to say thanks for all you do. I'm new to the channel, but love the level of detail and obsession. It's very appreciated. Thank you, Strix. I appreciate it. All right, guys, 2 scenes to film, and I'm home with Beth. Chili cook-off, watching Teen Mom, summer vacation. We've been on a Teen Mom rip, having so much fun. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today at Downtown Disney and having a little coffee break. I'll see you tomorrow with something that I got to film in the morning. And then if you see me at Oogie Boogie Bash Sunday night, make sure you come up and say hi, because that's where I'm going, is to see the people. I appreciate you all. Have a great night.